Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to another movie review of Horrorfest 2017. And this time we have a dramatic horror movie from 2010 that came out, and it was a huge critical acclaimed film that won an Oscar and got tons of praise, and it deserves every bit of it. And it finally proved that this actress is one of the best and my favorite actress of all time. Black Swan, directed by Darren freaking Aronofsky. Now, I saw this movie. I didn't see this back in 2010 because it came out in the winter. It was freezing, and I was seeing Tron Legacy instead, a nice, family film. But this movie is freaking amazing, dude. If you have not seen this movie and you think that all Hollywood, art house flicks and Oscar bait movies are just for like PG-13 and movies like La La Land, guess again. This is not a PG-13 movie. This is a very strong R dramatic horror film because it is kind of a horror film as well because it has horrific imagery and death in the film, so it counts. Now, this movie, I saw this on my Blu-ray player a couple years ago. I didn't. This is before I had a portable DVD player, and I wanted to delve into this work because I heard great things about it. Aronofsky's camera work is amazing. This movie looks great. Natalie Portman is phenomenal in this movie. If you thought that she sucked in the Star Wars prequels, unlike someone else we know that's in recent Disney Wars, wink, you see this movie and you're going to see every bit of acting on her face is as expressive as it's ever been. Every emotion that she goes through, every torturous, painful moment when she's dancing and when, she's with Mila Kunis. Yeah, you feel every bit of emotion that she has. And Natalie Portman brought her A game. She won an Oscar for Best Freaking Actress. Something that other chick will never get. And you know who I'm talking about. One that I hate so much because she can never reach this height. This is a height. This is a movie that brought out the best of this actress. The makeup, the freaking dancing, the music is atmospheric. This movie is very dark. Like she has a Barbara Hershey as her mother, and she like talks back to her, and she's like, "Get away from me." And then there's a scene with her and Mila Kunis that's supposed to be, raunchy and over the top. I just thought it was unnecessary because I'm a guy and I like to see a man and a woman, procreating. But a lesbian scene's just not in the cards for me. That's the one thing in the movie I think could have been completely cut out. It's not necessary. It's fan service. You don't even see anything anyway. It doesn't go too far, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen worse. But anyway, this film is amazing, man. It is. I've seen it's 107 and 8 minutes. It's not 2 hours long. It goes by real quick, except for that sex scene. And the dancing is amazing. Natalie Portman knows what she's doing. It's well directed by Aronofsky. I know I've heard bad things about Mother, but this is one of his best films. And Vincent Cassel is in the movie. He's the French guy that is pushing her to be all that she can be. And people said this movie is overrated. It's amazing. This is what a masterpiece, near masterpiece is. And I'm not even a fan of ballet, but I've seen ballet as a kid and as an adult, and I'm like, there's something whimsical about it. Like the backgrounds that they use and the dance moves and the beautiful girls. Yeah, that is not missing in this movie. Natalie Portman is beautiful in this movie. This was after the Star Wars prequels, and she has one of those faces that just lights up a screen. She gives me everything that is missing in Episode 7, Rogue One, Episode 8, Young Han. Oh, I'm sorry, Solo, a Star Wars movie. Yeah, I don't need that movie hasn't even come out yet, and I don't care about that. But anyway, it's a stellar movie. There are flaws, like I said, the sex scene, not needed. I'm not a member of the LGBTQ. It's not for me. Sorry. I wanna procreate with a woman, and I want to see a man doing that to a woman consensually. By the way, not rape. I hate rape. Also, I don't care for Mila Kunis in the movie. I know that's controversial, but there's a reason that Miss Portman won the Oscar and not Mila Kunis because she has that same expression on her face. She's dead-eyed. She has that delivery from the best thing. She did two good things on television, and that's all, in my opinion. That was uh, Family Guy as the voice of Meg and that 70s show. Those are the only two things that Mila Kunis has ever done that has been passable. Everything else she's in, she sucks. I don't care for her in Max Payne. I don't care for her in Oz the Great and Powerful. I don't like her face in freaking, I don't even know what else she's done, like Friends with Benefits. No, it's not for me. Those big eyes are as dead as freaking Felicity Jones. Like these big blank eyes that just go, you're in Oz, and it expressionless. Like, look at her face in this picture. That's her face almost the entire movie. There's a scene where Natalie Portman at the end, spoiler alert, kills her and breaks like a mirror, breaks her through a mirror. I'm like, that's awesome. I think she like slashes her with a piece of glass. I'm like, thank you. You killed the deadpan weight. Granted, it was in her head. This is very psychological. It's psychological horror. It's not a booga 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 horror of it. It gets in your head. The ending is one of the most intriguing yet frightful things I've ever seen. But she's turning into a black swan, and there's special effects around her, and then she dies at the end because Swan Lake is supposed to end tragically. That music from Dracula is amazing. That's amazing. Every time I hear that in the original Dracula from the 30s, I get chills. I get freaking chills, and that movie's over 70 years old. See, you don't need flashy effects and a big foreign cast to get the point. This movie gets me, and it's amazing. It's got superb cinematography. I see every frame of this movie, and I'm like, this is masterfully directed. I cannot believe that 5 years after episode three, Natalie Portman would get a dramatic role that won her a Best freaking Oscar nominated actress performance. And she was pregnant when she won the award. And I'm like, you're amazing, Natalie Portman. I've loved you since the first time I saw you in The Phantom Menace. There, I said it, haters. I said it. She is amazing. I've loved everything that I've seen her in, except for Mars Attacks, because I don't remember her in that. But I love her in the Star Wars prequels. Mr. Megorium, even with short boyish hair, she's beautiful in that. I liked her in the Thor movies. Sue me, the first two Thor movies. I haven't seen uh, Jackie or her other films that she does. I'm looking forward to her movie next year. Unlike your precious, you know who? Yeah, this woman can act, and this movie proved it. And it nailed it. The Aronofsky is like, I'm gonna direct you, and I'm gonna make you the best that you can be. I'm gonna mold you into this freaking, not a caricature, but a character that I see, pleasing everybody. And yeah, the Academy. She won the Golden Globe. She won the Oscar. I was so happy. That was the only good thing that came out of that Oscars that year and in 2011 because it was boring. But yeah, she proved it, man. Just like I give Charlize Theron credit for her Oscar win for Monster. When you win the big one, I give you credit for the most part. Your precious Brits in these new Disney wars have not won an Oscar for a reason. They're not her. They can't act the way she can. She projected every emotion that was holding her back in previous movies and just said, I'm gonna just give the performance of a lifetime, and she does. 4 stars, absolutely. It's a great freaking movie. And if you have not seen this movie, Josh, Tevya, Sean, Anthony, Parker, even Mike and Matt or whatever guys that are part of the Nerd Pack, see this. This is superb. It's great. It's an atmospheric, beautifully shot, well acted, wonderful movie. It is not for everyone though. This is very dark. It's not a light-hearted dance movie. That don't expect Step Up or Stomp the Yard or Mary Poppins. This is some serious shit, dude. Right here, it really is. When it comes to the subject matter, the pain and loss of either not being good enough to make it into the ballet and having other people snicker at you and being pressured. It's hard. It's hard. And this movie was a well-deserved Oscar win for Natalie Portman. It's a great directed freaking movie. It's not that long. It's not boring. Putting the subject matter aside of her wanting to become a ballet dancer, it is intriguing. It's just like Blade Runner 2049. You see the movie and you get sucked right into this world. It's delved into reality for the most part. So it's not like, it's not a fantasy movie. It's a dark dramatic psychological horror, but it works. And if you have not seen it, like I will highly recommend it. I bought this at Target a couple years ago, and I'm like, okay, let's see how this movie is, and I was blown away. I was like, this is how you do it, man. This is how you make an art house flick without making it 2.5 hours. See, episode 8, you're not gonna be better than this. You will not, because I know you have big effects and you have big names and you have this and that, and you brought back Mark Hamill to be evil. I know what your freaking twist is gonna be. This works a lot better. And this is not for children. Do not let your kids watch this. Once again, this is for adults only and for older teens because it is very dark. This makes Amazing Spider-Man look like a freaking Sesame Street episode. It really does. That movie's darkness is the dark world that has is nothing compared to this. Nothing. This is how you make realistic dark atmosphere work, and it helps the film. It doesn't hinder the film. It helps it, and it made the movie more enjoyable. Considering the gay stuff, get it out of here. Mila Kunis, you still can't act, and also Janet Montgomery's in the movie. Thank God I don't remember who she played because I don't like her either. Sorry, I like my women like this. And yes, I know. Don't tell me in the comments. Yeah, Natalie Portman was born in Israel. So is Gal Gadot, and I like Jewish women. Sorry, I'm a sucker for them. You know, a kosher woman is a lot better than a freaking dirty woman, and I can tell you that from experience. So yes, I think this movie is amazing. One of the best films of 2010, easily, that I missed out on. I wish I should have seen this in theaters because it's amazing, and it's scary in the fact that this this psychological torture can work in in a subtle way, not like, oh, you see how she's not crazy like in Gone Girl. You get it? She's crazy. You get it? She's gone. Ha! No, no, screw that movie. This did it better. This actually won. Rosamund Pike, you can wipe the ass of Natalie Portman because you're named after a fish. Yeah, fish face. That's what you're named after. Portman, or in her real last name, Hirschlag, she is amazing. She deserved her Oscar. And when I saw Thor, I was like, thank God you're back, and I love your face. I've always loved her face. Your precious hobo wishes she was Natalie Portman. There. I said it. Sue my ass, okay? This is how you do it. This is a performance, not or whatever the hell that was at the end of episode 7 when Han died. That's not acting. This is acting. This is how you do it. Aronofsky, I think, would have done a better job with the RoboCop remake because he wanted to do his own take. It would have been R. It would have been dark. It would have been just like the original. Instead of some watered down version that we got in 2014, it's not darker than this. I'm sorry. This is how you do dark. This is how you do atmospheric. This is how you make a movie that has a subject matter that's not really for everyone, and you make it work, and you make it appeal to people, and you make the critics cream their pants, which it deserves it. It's not an overrated movie. It's fantastic. If this wasn't called Star Wars Episode 1 or 2 or 3, this would be in like my top 10 films ever. But it loses a couple points for the gay scene. Not for me. Sorry. Your LGBTQ agendas and female agendas mean nothing to me. SJW agendas, no. This is female driven for a reason because this woman is everything to me when it comes to acting. She's my favorite actress, right next to Scarlett Johansson. Beautiful Jewish women, Hasidic or not, doesn't matter. If they are Jewish, there's a thing that attracts me to them for the most part. And if you want to see Natalie Portman, you say, oh, she can't act. The Star Wars prequel, she sucked in them. Oh my God, she's horrendous. See this and then get back to me because you're gonna be shocked. Trust me, I was. I was like, I love you in the prequels. Let's see what you can do with a dramatic art house psychological horror film. And she nailed it. Just like Robert Downey Jr. in Iron Man. He had to be funny and be in this dark, twisted, freaking first movie that launched the franchise. Because let's face it, the first Iron Man had dark moments when he's getting his heart taken out and all that, and when he's attacked in freaking in the Arab country. Yeah, darkness. Sometimes you can do it right, and this movie is living proof of it. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you see Black Swan. This movie is what movies are supposed to be about. Not just let's make $1 billion. No, entertain me and be good, really freaking good. Show me that you're a film and not a piece of trash. Enough said. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care. I got a lot. I'm passionate about this movie because it has one of my favorite actresses. That to me, even when she fails, I love looking at her face. You can shave her bald like me in V for Vendetta. I'm like, I am still attracted to you. You're beautiful. Please, Natalie Portman, don't ever do surgery on your face. You're gorgeous. You are just wonderful on screen. And she's like a humanitarian and everything. I love. She's what Angelina Jolie wishes she was. She's just weird and crazy and breaks relationships. But Portman, not perfect, but she's a beautiful, talented actress, and she deserved her Oscar. So, see you in the next one, guys.